Welcome to the second part in my look at San Francisco's public transit. Today, we'll explore BART, short for Bay Area Rapid Transit, a metro regional rail hybrid serving the entire SF Bay Area. We'll start with the geography of SF. This is the exact same geography section from the video on Mooney, so feel free to skip to the next section using the timestamps if you've already seen it. San Francisco is a consolidated city-county, meaning that the County of San Francisco is the City of San Francisco, and that is reflected in the city's official name, the City and County of San Francisco. San Francisco is situated at the northern tip of the San Francisco Peninsula, roughly in the center of the San Francisco Bay. Inside the city limits are Treasure and Yerba Buena Islands, the famous, or maybe infamous, Alcatraz Island, small slivers of Angel and Red Rock Islands, and the Farallon Islands, located way out in the Pacific Ocean. San Francisco is bordered to the south by San Mateo County, which itself is bordered to the south by Santa Clara County, which contains San Jose. To the north, across the access channel that leads into the bay, is Marin County, followed by Sonoma County. Across the bay is Alameda County and Contra Costa County, the former of which contains Oakland and Berkeley, and the latter of which contains Richmond. San Francisco proper is extremely hilly, which has been made famous by the many paintings and photographs that have come out of it. Unlike Miami or Chicago, SF lacks a unified grid system, instead having many intersecting grids, sort of like Atlanta. SF has two primary commercial airports. The bigger of the two is San Francisco International Airport, located in San Mateo County. The smaller airport is Oakland International Airport, located in Alameda County across the bay. The downtown core of San Francisco is centered around Market Street, which is a transit-only corridor on its eastern end. Along the waterfront near downtown is the Embarcadero, which is where all the city's famous piers are located. Last, the city has many large parks, including the Presidio, located right next to the Golden Gate Bridge, and Golden Gate Park. Now, let's get into what BART is. BART is a metro system serving the San Francisco Bay Area, although it has qualities more akin to an S-Bahn. An S-Bahn is a regional rail network with low frequencies and large station spacing in the suburbs, with high frequencies, short station spacing, and metro-like qualities in downtown. The system is 134.1 miles long, with 50 stations and 6, or 7 depending on how you count it, lines. The main BART system uses 5 foot 6 inches, or 1,676 millimeter Indian gauge track. eBART uses 4 foot 8.5 inch, or 1,435 millimeter standard gauge, and the Oakland Airport connector lacks conventional track. The main BART system is electrified at 1 kilovolt DC with top contact covered third rail. Organizationally, BART is a special purpose district consisting of 9 smaller sub-districts. Each of the districts elects a member to BART's board, which oversees the agency. BART has 2 different kinds of lines. The first are named with letters and represent sections of physical track, similar to lines on the New York City subway. The other type of lines are given color designations and represent the paths taken by trains in service, like the services on the New York City subway. We'll start with the lettered lines. The A line runs from the Oakland Y south to Fremont via the Oakland Coliseum and Airport in Hayward. It is 23.8 miles long with 9 stations. The Oakland Y is a massive underground flying junction, allowing trains coming from any direction to access either of the 2 diverging directions. A flying junction means that trains that would normally block each other's paths run over or under each other, eliminating the conflict. It opened with the original system in 1972. The C line runs from Rock Ridge through the Berkeley Hills Tunnel to Orinda, then north through Pleasant Hill and Concord, then east to Pittsburgh Bay Point. It is 29.3 miles long with 9 stations and opened in 1973. The K line runs from the Oakland Y north through downtown Oakland to MacArthur Station, then onto Rock Ridge, where it continues into the C line. It is 3.6 miles long with 3 stations and opened in 1972. The L line splits from the A line at Bayfair and runs east to Dublin Pleasanton. It has 3 stations, is 13.7 miles long, and opened in 1997. The M line runs west from the Oakland Y through the Transbay Tube and the Market Street Subway through downtown San Francisco. It then turns south and runs through Balboa Park and Daly City before continuing into the W line at Daly City Yard. It opened in 1973, has 10 stations, and is 16.7 miles long. The Transbay Tube is a 3.6 mile long tunnel under the San Francisco Bay, linking Oakland with San Francisco. From its opening in 1974 through to 2010, it was the longest immersed tunnel in the world. The Market Street subway is a bi-level tunnel running under Market Street in downtown San Francisco. The upper level is used by Moody Metro, see my previous video for details, while the lower level is used by BART. The tunnel is roughly 3 miles long and opened for BART service in 1973. The R line splits from the K line at MacArthur and runs north to Richmond via downtown Berkeley with 6 stations. It is 10.2 miles long and opened in 1973. The S line continues from the A line and runs south to San Jose for 15.1 miles. It has 3 stations and opened in 2017. The W line continues from the M line and runs south to Millbrae for 7.4 miles. It has 4 stations and opened in 1996. The last mainline BART line is the Y line, which is a spur off the W line serving San Francisco International Airport. It has only 1 station and is 0.6 miles long. Now, let's go over the lines with colored designations. The blue line runs from Daly City to Dublin Pleasanton via the L, A, and M lines for 35.7 miles. It opened in 1997 and has 18 stations. The green line runs from Daly City to Berryessa, North San Jose via the M, A, and S lines for 53 miles. It opened in 1974 and has 22 stations. The orange line runs from Richmond to Berryessa, North San Jose via the R, K, A, and S lines for 51 miles. It opened in 1972 and has 21 stations. The red line runs from San Francisco International Airport to Pittsburgh Bay Point and is 53.1 miles long. It uses the Y, W, M, C, and K lines and has 26 stations. That brings me into E-BART, which is a diesel light rail extension of the yellow line running from a transfer station east of Pittsburgh Bay Point to Antioch. It uses the entirety of the E line and opened in 2013. It is 9.1 miles long and has 3 stations. On signage and trains, the line is listed as being combined when in reality it is 2 disconnected sections of track. The last line is the Oakland Airport Connector, colored gray on maps. It runs for 3.2 miles from the Coliseum Station to Oakland International Airport with no intermediate stations. It opened in 2014 and uses the cable liner system from Doppelmayr Cable Car. Cable-hauled trains run on a fixed guideway similar to the SF cable cars, although automated and otherwise modernized. It uses the entirety of the H line. The line replaced a shuttle bus operated by BART, providing a much nicer connection to the airport. Late nights, after 9 p.m., BART operates a modified schedule with only the yellow, blue, and orange lines operating. During this time, the yellow line is extended to Millbrae, providing service to all stations. The Oakland Airport Connector and E-BART continue operating as normal during 3-line service hours. As you may have picked up on, BART has a lot of interlining, where multiple lines share the same track. This is in line with S-Bahn systems in Europe, as I have already talked about. The orange and green lines are interlined from Berryessa, North San Jose to the Oakland Y. They are joined by the blue line at Bay Fair. The yellow, red, and orange lines are interlined from the Oakland Y to MacArthur, with the red and orange lines remaining interlined to Richmond. Heading east from the Oakland Y, the red, yellow, blue, and green lines are interlined to Daly City, where the red and yellow lines continue interlined to the point that the Y line splits from the W line. Due to the complex layout of the Oakland Y, there is reverse interlining on the system, where lines switch who they are interlined with, which can cause massive operational issues. If a train breaks down on one line, it can cause knock-on effects that affect the entire system, which can then take a long time to recover from. Now, let's take a look at the rolling stock used by BART. The mainline fleet consists of the D and E cars, which were built by Bombardier and later Alstom from 2012 to 2024. These cars are known as the Fleet of the Future and replace the original generation of A, B, C1, and C2 cars. The D cars have cabs, while the E cars lack cabs and are used as intermediate cars. Cars are formed into trains ranging in length from 6 to 9 cars. There are 310 D cars and 465 E cars. The Oakland Airport Connector uses the aforementioned cable liners from Doppelmayr Cable Car built in 2014. There are 4 3-car permanently coupled trains. Last, E-BART uses Stadler GTW diesel multiple units, which were built in 2016. BART has 8 units, which consist of 2 passenger segments and a power pack in the center, which houses the engines. By the way, Stadler is my favorite train manufacturer. BART has a few yards where it maintains and stores its fleet. First is Daly City Yard, located off the Junipero-Serra Freeway on San Pedro Road in Daly City at the border between the M and W lines. Next is Concord Yard, next to Lime Bridge open space on the C line. The Richmond Yard is located just north of Richmond Station on the R line. The last main yard is Hayward Yard, located in the Fairway Park neighborhood of Hayward on the A line. Just before the A line dives into a tunnel approaching the Oakland Y is the Oakland Shops, a small maintenance facility without any storage tracks. The Oakland Airport Connectors Depot is the Doolittle Maintenance and Storage Facility, located roughly halfway along the line. Last, eBART's yard is at the end of the line at Antioch. BART connects to many different transit operators in the Bay Area. At Richmond, BART connects with Amtrak's California Zephyr, Capitol Corridor, and Gold Runner services. The Capitol Corridor also stops at Oakland Coliseum Station. BART connects to Caltrain at Millbrae. BART connects with all Moody Metro lines at the eastern 4 stations of the Market Street Subway, Glen Park, as well as to the J, K, and M lines at Balboa Park, and the J at Glen Park. On Milpitas, there is a connection to BTA's Orange Line. The different counties' local bus agencies also connect to BART. There are too many to list here, but trust me, there's a lot. BART is automated at GOA 2, which means that the trains drive themselves, but there is a driver in the cab to make announcements, operate the doors, and drive in an emergency, or if the signaling system fails. BART is currently upgrading the control system to a modern communications-based train control system, which will allow trains to operate closer together thanks to a concept known as moving block signals. In a normal fixed block signaling system, the track is divided into sections, or blocks. Only one train can be in any given block at a time. In a moving block system, there are no fixed blocks. Instead, a centralized control system calculates a safe zone around each train based on its speed and disallows other trains from entering that safe zone. Let's talk about BART's expansion plans. First is an infill station in the Irvington area of Fremont, which is still in the planning phase. Next is a 6-mile extension of the S line into San Jose and on to Santa Clara, known as the Silicon Valley Phase 2 extension. It will have stations at 28th Street, Little Portugal, downtown San Jose, Diridon, and Santa Clara. The extension will also have a new maintenance and storage yard. As of the making of this video, construction is ongoing. Last is a new Transbay Tube, which is part of the larger Link 21 program, which aims to revitalize rail transit in the Bay Area. This project is still in the early planning stages. When BART doesn't run, there are 2 bus networks operated by the Bay Area's transit agencies to fill in. Overnight, many BART routes are replicated by buses on the all-nighter network, while in the early mornings, the Early Bird Express runs. Last, we'll talk about fares. BART's fare system is weird. It uses a distance-based fare system where you pay more the further you go. Unlike most distance-based fare systems which use zones, BART charges a different fare depending on the origin-destination station pairing. All trips of 6 miles or less have a fare of $2.15. Surcharges are in effect for trips to the Transbay Tube, $1.40, to Oakland Airport, $6.70, to San Francisco Airport, $4.95, and to San Mateo County, $1.25 for Daly City, and $1.45 for all other stations. The maximum possible fare is $17.60, which includes both airport surcharges and the Transbay Tube surcharge. The maximum fare without surcharges is $10.30, while the average fare in 2022 was $3.93. There are reduced fares for children, seniors, and people with disabilities. If a rider enters and exits the system at the same station, they are charged a $7.55 excursion fare. There is a 30-minute grace period for people to leave the system before the excursion fare is charged. Riders can pay their fare using the Bay Area's unified fare payment system, the Clipper card, or by tapping a bank card or mobile wallet at the fare gates. BART has no monthly or weekly passes with the exception of Mooney's A monthly pass, which allows unlimited travel on Mooney and BART within San Francisco. That's everything you need to know about BART, the San Francisco Bay Area's metro system. If you want to learn about San Francisco's primary transit system, Mooney, you can watch my previous video. Also be on the lookout for a third video on other transit operators that serve San Francisco. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support what I do here further, you can join my Patreon for access to bonus footage, extended cuts of vlogs, and more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.